I'm going to do this offline as a draft. All right, here we go.
War Eagle! Welcome to the Auburn Tigers football podcast. Here are your hosts, Brett Mason and Jamie Thomas.
Here we go from our respective Alabama-Auburn bunkers, southeast Alabama, where it's been storming ever since Halloween ended. I believe there's something to the Halloween thing, like the portal to hell opened and suddenly we had to storm all weekend. Has it been like that at your place?
I don't know about you, man. I am sick of the rain. Sick of it.
Yeah, I'm kind of tired of it. It's anyway, rain on. We'll all be all right. We got a lot of stuff to talk about with Auburn. The horrible outcome this past weekend against Ole Miss. Who, I mean, I wasn't really sure we would even have the opportunity to win the game. We did have an opportunity to win the game, but due to a host of issues, we did not win the game. The pluses, I guess, Carl Lawson was back. They had him head-to-head against maybe the best player in the country at that position, and he just run around him and threw him like he wasn't even there. He gave Tunsil fits all day when they were matched up. Carl Lawson is crazy good, man. He's even better than I thought he was.
Oh, yeah, he's outstanding. Disrupted Chad Kelly quite a bit. He was definitely a game changer. I think him being out for most of the year, had him a step behind. But when that dude is healthy, he's going to be a force to reckon with.
This is I got to tell my Auburn friends and fans something that if you haven't already accepted it, you just got to let this year go. You just got to let it go. When things don't ever go your way, it just ain't going to be your season, and hopefully we can get these younger freshmen some reps. They'll get some good training and get worked out and get beefed up, and maybe next year will be the year. But we can't catch a break on injuries. This goes all the way back to preseason, Jamie. You pointed this out a lot. Auburn wasn't deep anywhere. Injuries were just going to be a nightmare, and as luck would have it, Auburn's just been plagued with injuries. I mean, you get your backup quarterback in, who becomes your best option for quarterback, and then he gets injured in one of the biggest games of the year. He's a hoss, though, man. I'll tell you, Sean White ain't got no quit in him, man. That guy, he's going to play unless he's dead. I respect him immensely, and he didn't make any excuses after the game either, man. He took all the responsibility for it, said he should have played better, didn't whine about having a busted-up knee.
You know what? I think under the circumstances, his stats, weren't that great. But I believe under the circumstances, Sean White played a heck of a game Saturday. He played well enough for Auburn to win that football game.
Oh, absolutely he did, under horrible circumstances. So, look, I love our quarterback. I'm excited about going forward with our quarterback, and there's things to be excited about, but they're all for next year, unfortunately, in my opinion.
Well, you still got a few games left this year. I mean, Auburn can pull the upset against A&M next week. The Georgia game, I think, is going to be a toss-up because Georgia's got as many problems as Auburn does. And then, there's always that emotion when it comes to the Iron Bowl. You just never know what's going to happen in that game.
Oh, I know what's going to happen in the Iron Bowl. But, look, hopefully we can win one of those games that you mentioned. We need to be bowl eligible. Although, to be honest with you, Jamie, you want to go to a bowl, but honestly, I just don't know if I want us to play an extra game this year and risk another injury. Is it really all that important to play for the Who Cares Bowl? I don't think it does. If you're going to play for a meaningful bowl, then yeah. But with Auburn season, we ain't playing for no good bowl. We're going to be playing in the behind the dumpster bowl or something like that. And
short trip from Auburn to Birmingham.
Yeah, and I would just rather just not play one. I really would. I would rather, cause look, we're risking injuring somebody again. Come on, let's just take a knee, man. Take a knee after the Iron Bowl and try to head into the next season. Because honestly, look, we got bigger problems than injuries, and injuries have been bad. But what the hell is wrong with Gus Malzahn's play calling, man? I scream and yell at him on the TV worse than I ever have. This supposed offensive guru, I predict his play calling. I can predict nearly every down. And they're horrible calls. when he should, these short distances, half yard, yards, he's choosing to try to throw it 15 yards deep or something. I'm like, what with an injured quarterback, no less. I don't know. He boggles my mind. That's just one of the examples. There's about a billion examples, and I've never been a fan of playing multiple quarterbacks. Look, if Sean White can't play, prep Jeremy Johnson. We'll take our chances with him. Let Sean White get healthy. Don't play 3 quarterbacks, man. Don't run 3 different quarterbacks in 3 different plays. What's wrong with you? Like the defense don't know what's going to happen when each one of those quarterbacks go in?
It was pretty crazy. You haven't seen that in in this state since Mike Shula was at Alabama, when you knew what was going to happen when a certain player came in the ball game.
Considering all of that, man, Auburn still could have won that game. That's what's crazy about it.
Yeah. Yeah, well, I mean, Ole Miss is, a decent football team. I think, the ones stack up with Ole Miss pretty well. Like I said, Auburn, offensively and defensively played well enough to win that game. It's like you said, it goes back to play calling. Had this discussion with a so-called Auburn fan on Facebook the other day who was talking about how horrible Sean White was. Sean White didn't lose this game for Auburn. Gus Malzahn lost this game for Auburn.
Hey, look, no doubt Gus lost the game. I mean, there's no doubt. And the defense, I hate to lay a lot of it on the defense, but, they held them to a reasonable score. So I guess if you look at the score, the defense did the job. If you look at the stats, the stats are ugly. I don't know if you've seen any of the stats. Worst stats of the year, man, and which was weird to me because I didn't think I was going to see that after watching the game. I watched the game. I was like, man, we got a little spark from Carl Lawson. Looked like we did a little better disrupting the passer, making them make some decisions they didn't want to make. Had a little problem with the pass, but, I thought it was okay with the run. Then I look at the stats, man. We gave up the most total yards that we've given up the entire year, man. The entire year. We gave up the most yards that we've given up this game. 402 yards passing?
Well,
you ain't gonna
that's
win
pretty tough.
Oh, it's horrible. I mean, the next closest we came to that this whole year was 359 against Kentucky. All the other games have been in the 200s, man, mid-200s. We got 400 yards passing. Though the defense was not good. The defense was not good at all. So anyway, it's very frustrating. I hope Auburn fans are taking the approach I am that Sean White, if he can stay healthy, could be a quarterback to lead Auburn to great things in seasons to come.
Could be.
He's not, if you had to pick the most awesome quarterback ever, you wouldn't pick him. But he's got skills. He's tough as nails. He don't quit, and that team believes in him, man. You can tell, unlike Jeremy Johnson.
Well, he may not be that quarterback yet, but I think he's going to be a legend before he leaves Auburn. I mean, he's just got that that sharpshooter accuracy. I mean, he got a cannon for an arm. He's got the heart. That kid's going to win some football games at Auburn. He's going to win a lot of football games at Auburn. He's going to be legend status before he leaves that campus.
I'm more excited about him than anything I can think of with the Auburn program right now. So, look, there's a lot of things to be happy about. I just don't think this year.
I mean, look at the day he had.
He did, and considering he's a guy that's been injured all year and came in for an injured Peyton Barber, who's down another injury, you saw sparks of what he'll do. Yeah, absolutely. So, the rest of this season, man, we're pulling for an upset win at one of 2 places, maybe A&M or Georgia. And then the Iron Bowl, hopefully we'll get out without any injuries, and maybe it won't be humiliating. Maybe we can keep it within 7 points or something would be nice. And let's get into next season and be good. Speaking of next season, and if you listen, we're going to do this on the Alabama podcast too, which we also do. The schedules are out for next season. I don't know if you've looked them over, but boy, Auburn is doing it up right again next year. It's at Jordan-Hare, but Clemson, who arguably should be in the top 4 right now, top 2 or something. Yeah. Kicking off a season against them is going to be interesting. And Auburn's early season is stacked up, man. They ain't going to have no time next year to prepare. You got Clemson. Yeah. You get a bit of break with Arkansas State, and you're right back with A&M and LSU back-to-back. That's your first 4 games.
Wow.
So you got to get it together quick next season. We got what are some of the good things? We'll be on the road to Mississippi State. I don't know what they're going to look like. We get Arkansas at home. We'll be on the road, of course, next year for Ole Miss. We get Vanderbilt, which any year you get Vanderbilt is a good because that really helps you with your SEC numbers, and Lord knows Auburn needs help with that. On the road to Georgia. Then we got Alabama and A&M, and then, of course, the Iron Bowl. Next season looks really tough early if they can't get it together, but manageable late, I think. I mean, there's some tough games in there, but it doesn't look quite as horrible as it could late. So I'm really excited about having the season matter first game, though, man. I liked that. I liked it this year. It's scary because you don't know what's going to happen, but at least it makes the season exciting right from the start. We saw that with Alabama as well. So there's a little hint at what we're looking at next year. We'll have to see what happens with the boys on the Plains as we head into the rest of the season. Hope for the best. Hope for no more injuries. And right now, I'm just hoping to get into 2016 injury-free and hopefully looking for a better season. Is it sad that I've already given up?
Forward to next year.
Is it sad that I've already given up?
Hey, that's all right. I know several Auburn fans that 4 weeks into the season were looking forward to basketball season. So.
Well, I hate basketball, so I don't have that issue. Yeah. All right. Anyway, thanks for listening. We'll do it all again next week. Look forward to talking to you then. War Eagle, buddy.
Roll Tide.
Thanks for listening. Download our free iOS app. Just search for Tigers and Tide in the App Store. And subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Stitcher, TuneIn, and iHeartRadio. Just search for Tigers and Tide. And for the latest SEC news, log on to southeasternfootball.com.